What if one single strike in the Middle East could trigger a global crisis? What if tensions between two powerful nations, the United States and Iran, suddenly exploded into open war? Right now, headlines are filled with military movements, missile warnings, oil threats, and rising geopolitical tension. But here's the big question. Are the US and Iran actually at war? Today, we break down the facts, the history, the risks, and what could happen next. This is Global Explained, the long history. To understand today's tension, we have to go back decades. Relations between the United States and Iran have been hostile since 1979, after the Iranian Revolution overthrew the US-backed Shah. That crisis led to the US embassy hostage situation in Tehran, and diplomatic ties were cut. Since then, sanctions, military threats, proxy conflicts, cyber warfare, nuclear disputes have shaped this relationship. One of the biggest turning points came in 2015 with the Iran nuclear deal, officially called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA. The deal limited Iran's nuclear program in exchange for sanction relief. But in 2018, the United States withdrew from the deal, escalating tensions once again. 2. Military escalations. Tensions nearly exploded in 2020 when the U.S. killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in a drone strike. Iran responded with missile attacks on U.S. bases in Iraq. Since then, conflict hasn't been direct, but it has been constant. Iran-backed groups have targeted U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria. The U.S. has responded with airstrikes. There have been drone interceptions, naval standoffs, sanctions, cyber operations, and the most sensitive flashpoint, the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway where nearly 20% of the world's oil passes through. If that route is blocked, global oil prices skyrocket. 3. Why people think war is happening. So why are so many people saying war has started? Because tensions have intensified in the broader Middle East. Iran supports armed groups like Hezbollah and other regional militias. The U.S. supports Israel and maintains bases across the region. When fighting erupts between Israel and Iran-backed forces, the U.S. often gets involved, indirectly. This creates the perception of a wider war. But officially, there is no declared direct war between the United States and Iran. It's more accurate to describe the situation as a shadow conflict, a proxy war environment, a high-risk standoff. 4. What would happen if war broke out? If a full war erupted, the consequences would be massive. Here's what would likely happen. Keycap 1 regional explosion. Countries like Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Gulf states could be pulled in. Keycap 2 oil crisis. The Strait of Hormuz could close. Oil prices could spike globally. Countries like Nigeria would feel fuel price impacts immediately. Keycap 3 cyber warfare. Both nations have advanced cyber capabilities. Critical infrastructure could be targeted. Keycap 4 global power involvement. Major powers like Russia and China could take positions diplomatically or strategically. This wouldn't be a small conflict. It could reshape global politics. 5. Why neither side wants full war. Despite the tension, a full war is unlikely, and here's why. It would be extremely costly. It would destabilize the entire Middle East. It would disrupt global markets. It could trigger worldwide recession. Both governments understand the consequences. That's why most actions remain limited and calculated. 6. What to watch next. If you're tracking this story, watch for major direct strikes on homeland territory, closure of the Strait of Hormuz, formal declarations of war, mass troop mobilization, nuclear program escalation announcements. Those would be real indicators of war. Until then, it remains tension, not declared war. So, are the United States and Iran at war? No, not officially, but tensions remain one of the most dangerous flashpoints in global politics. And in geopolitics, sometimes it only takes one mistake to change history. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe for more global deep dives. This is Global Explained. Stay informed, stay aware. See you in the next one. Like, share, and subscribe on Deep Truth Audio.